Okay, yes. So I hope you can see me and hear me. Okay, so very nice. So good evening, all. Happy evening. Welcome to today's class. So madam was doing the paper discussion. Okay. So anyways, so we'll get started. Okay, with today's class. First, let me respond to your messages. Okay, and then we'll start the class. So Samruddhi, Pranamya, Priyanka, Tanisha, Dia, Sneha, Suhani, Janvi ma'am, Priyanka, Shraddha, Yash, Shweta, Bharat, Sri Gauri, Amok, Shravana, and everybody. So good evening. So let me show you the class structure. Okay, so what do we have in store for today? Yes. So this is the class structure. Okay. So first of all, okay, so there's a small change. Okay, so in the plan. So you will be having your major test. Okay, science major test. Okay, on October 25. Okay, so yesterday I told October 11. Okay, so no, not 11. You have further more time. Almost 1 month is there. Okay, so you plan accordingly. Okay, so do not, give us reasons that you had midterm exam in your school, you had some test, you had project work in your school. That's why I could not study. So I am giving you 1 month time. I'm telling you almost 1 month before. You do the time management, you plan your studies accordingly. 1 month time you have to study only the 3 chapters which we have completed long back, and all these 3 chapters separate chapter test also you have written. Okay, so hence it shouldn't be a problem, it should just be a cakewalk for you. Okay, so all the 3 chapters: force and laws of motion, tissues, and is matter around us pure. One physics, one biology, one chemistry. 1 month time you have. You do the planning. Okay, you do not do proper planning, then of course you will get less marks. Okay, choice is yours. Okay, so but along with that, so I have like another update. So that is on October 11th. Okay, so you will be having your gravitation chapter test. Okay, so before that the chapter will get over, don't worry, we have lot of time to finish the chapter. Okay, so before October 11th, gravitation will be done. Okay, and on October 11th, Sunday, you will be having gravitation test. Whatever topic is there, only that much. As I showed in the gravitation chapter, so what all topics are there? Only these 4 topics. Okay, only these 4 topics. Okay, of which, so we have already completed the first topic, that is universal law. So I just have the remaining few topics. Numericals we are doing every day anyways. Okay, so small chapter. The remainder of the chapter CBSE has deleted from its curriculum. So our chapter became small. Okay, so only this much is there. Okay, and now, so coming back to the update. Okay, so regarding centripetal versus centrifugal, that is, I'm gonna tell you later once I finish my textbook concepts. Okay, along with that I will also tell you briefly about Kepler's laws, okay, which helped Newton frame its universal law of gravitation. Okay, so he took help from the Kepler's laws. Okay, what are these Kepler's laws? So in the textbook it is there as an additional box. Okay, if you carefully see your textbook, so you'll be able to find it out. So where is it in the textbook? So I'll show you. Okay, so not so here in the textbook 9th standard. So if you look at your gravitation chapter, so here there is one extra box. So you can see how did Newton guess the inverse square rule. So that is from the Kepler's laws. There are 3 Kepler's laws. They will not ask in the exam. This is just the extra topic. Okay, so which definitely I'll do after I complete my other topics present in the chapter, which will come for the exam. Okay, so these are extra things. So I will do it later. Okay, so that is centripetal force versus centrifugal force and the Kepler's laws. So I will do it later. Okay, so all the centripetal force, everything what we have studied. Okay, so all this will come in the test. You should study. Centripetal force is just an introduction to your gravitational force. That's all. Okay, it is just to connect that gravitational force acts like the centripetal force in the solar system. That's all. That's the only connection. Okay, so do not think so much. So as I mentioned, these 3 points, okay, the conclusion, the 3 points, what is there? That much if you know about centripetal force, more than enough. Okay, don't break your head unnecessarily. These 3 points you remember about centripetal force, that is more than enough. Okay, so now, so what we'll do is that I will show you the curious video. So notice carefully, this is connected to today's topic. So what is today's topic? Importance. Okay, importance of universal law of gravitation. So notice this video and I'm going to tell you something. Nothing but the tides. Okay, so that happens at a very regular time. So what exactly is a tide? How is tide different from wave? Okay, so not the detergent tide. Okay, so this is our tide. Okay, so which arises due to the gravitational force of sun and the moon. So let us discuss about these tides in detail. Okay, so today, so we'll first start the class with this small, okay, with this very small mathematics check. Okay, so and then I'll come to the today's topic is this: importance of gravitation. Okay, and then we will solve many more questions from the exercises till you become perfect with the numericals. Okay, that is the idea of today's class. That's all. Okay, then of course I'm going to show you another curious video, and last we'll go for the quiz. Okay, so one small check. Okay, so just to understand, you know, even a little bit of mathematics. Okay, so I've written 3 numbers. The question is, are they same? If you think it is same, click on the yes icon. Okay, if you think those 3 numbers what I have written, if they are same, click on the yes icon. Okay, if you think they are different, sir, hey, how is it same, sir? They are different. Okay, they're different numbers. If you feel that they are different numbers, their value is different. If you think their value is different, okay, so then you can click on no. If you think their value is same, if you think their value is same, then click on the yes icon. Okay, so let us see about your opinion about your decision, because maths is very important for me, is very important for physics. Okay, if you make calculation mistake, then entire question gone. You will get 0 marks. Okay, so you have to be little bit focusing on maths. Okay, so much more in detail. So over here, so the answer is all of them have the same value. Okay, so you look here, I will simplify. So this is 0.25, very nice, 0.25. Okay, so 2.5 into 10 raised to power minus 1. Okay, what is the meaning of this? That means divided by 10. Okay, so divided by 10. So 2.5 divided by 10 will give you 0.25 itself. Okay, so coming to the last number. So 25 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. Okay, so what is that exponent minus 2? That means divided by 10 raised to the power 2. Okay, so what is 10 raised to the power 2 in the denominator? That is nothing but 100. Okay, so 25 divided by 100, you have again 0.25. So you can clearly see that all of them have the same value. Okay, so they have same value. Okay, but you look how they are represented. So they are represented differently, but they all have the same value. This is something that I want you to understand. Okay, always express your answer in scientific notation. Okay, so nobody is going to tell you in detail about all this. So, but these are important things which you should know. So hence I'm telling you. So always express your answer in scientific notation or in scientific exponential form. Okay, so what is that? I will tell you an example. Suppose a student wrote this answer. Okay, 0 point like this. And another student wrote the same thing like this. Okay, so of course this was meter, this was meter. So this is option A, this is option B. So which do you think will the teacher give marks? Okay, so two options are there. Which one should you adapt, okay, while writing? I will launch the poll. Okay, I will launch the poll. So let us see what do you think, okay, will be the answer. Okay, out of option A and option B which have given, so which is a better representation, which is a better representation of your answer? Okay, so which one do you think the teacher will be looking forward to? Okay, so in which one you will get full answer? Okay, so as you can see here, nobody will sit and count your zeros. You can't 1 0 2 1 0 2 0 3 0 4 0 5 0. Teacher will go mad. Teacher will give you another zero over. Okay, teacher will give you another 0 mark. You only keep the zeros. Nobody has patience to sit and count your bloody zeros. Okay, so that is why we have something called scientific notation, exponential form. You have to write like this. Okay, so that is the reason why we have all the exponents. Okay, you should make use of this. You write like this, teacher will give you 0 mark. Okay, so hence, so please understand. Okay, so you write like this, full marks along with the units and everything. So express your answer in scientific notation, okay, such that the teacher will also be able to know everything, because teacher has to correct so many papers. You are not the only kid in the entire world. Okay, but teacher has to correct whatever your class 10, 30 students, 40 students, next section, 2-3 section students, total 100, 200 papers teacher will be correcting. Teacher will go mad counting your zeros. Okay, so always have little bit of common sense as well, and use the scientific notation. Here onwards in gravitation chapter, I want to see this scientific notation only. If you write like this 0.000450, no marks. Write in scientific notation. If it is a small number like this, if it is a small number like this, of course you can definitely use 0.25 or 0.45 something. If it is a very big number, okay, you don't use these zeros. Use the scientific notation accordingly. Okay, so with this idea, so let us continue with our topic. So today's topic, so I want to start with the importance. Okay, importance of universal law of gravitation. So we have learned about this Newton's important law, but what is its importance in real life? Okay, so this universal law will help us understand. Okay, it will help us understand. So what does it help us understand? The following points. So the first point, so I'm going to write it, the first point. So it tells us about how the planets are revolving around the sun in our solar system. Okay, the motion of planets around sun. It is because of the gravitational force of the sun. Okay, so the second point, it will also help us understand, or it will also explain why the moon is going round and round the earth. Okay, the motion of moon, the motion of moon around earth. Okay, so not only this, it will also scientifically explain why we are able to walk on the earth. Okay, so why everything is attracted towards the earth, why apple falls down. Okay, why do we have atmosphere? Okay, why do we have atmosphere so around our earth? Okay, so do you know that mercury doesn't have an atmosphere? Okay, so mercury doesn't have an atmosphere, whereas Venus has an atmosphere. Venus has an atmosphere. Okay, so just to check your general knowledge, okay, I'll just ask this chota question. So which is the hottest planet? Okay, which is the hottest planet? Okay, so which do you think is the hottest planet? Okay, so very nice. So everybody, giving their answers. Okay, this is just, extra thing I just write here. So this is just extra. So not connected to the topic. It is just extra. So which is the hottest planet? So if you look at the solar system, okay, yesterday I showed you about this wonderful video. Okay, today I cannot show you video again. So I'll just show you the picture of our solar system. Okay, so if you look at our solar system, you can clearly see that our Mercury is very close to our sun. Okay, so you see here, Mercury is closest to the sun. So that very small, tiny planet, Mercury is closest to the sun. But the correct answer is Venus. Okay, so who is the hottest planet? The hottest planet is Venus. Okay. Uh, Ask me why. I'll tell you reason also. As a science student, it is very, very important to know the reason. You can't just blindly believe everything that I tell or blindly believe everything that you see or hear. You should know the reason as well. Okay, so what is the reason? I will tell you the reason. Okay, so I'll write here, Mercury does not have an atmosphere. Doesn't have atmosphere. Whereas Venus, okay, so Venus has atmosphere of carbon dioxide. Okay, and it has clouds of sulfuric acid. It rains sulfuric acid. Okay, so in Venus, okay, in Venus, whenever it rains sulfuric acid, always an acid rain. Okay, so the Venus has an atmosphere, okay, filled with carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is dominant. And what do carbon dioxide do? Carbon dioxide will trap heat. Okay, so traps heat. It will never let the heat from the sun escape the planet itself. Okay, so hence what happens is that it rises exponentially the temperature of the planet. Okay, so because of this nature of carbon dioxide, okay, so the Venus is gonna get heated up. Okay, it's gonna get heated up very, very, at high temperatures. Okay, so hence the hottest planet is nothing but our Venus. Even though Mercury is close to Sun, but Mercury is not the hottest planet. So Venus is our hottest planet. So thanks to the greenhouse effect of carbon dioxide atmosphere present on Venus. Okay, so all this I think you should little bit know, and increases its temperature. So that is why the Venus is considered as the hottest planet. Okay, so anyways, so coming back, okay, so it explains why Earth has atmosphere around itself. It explains why human beings, apples, birds, everything is attracted towards the Earth. Okay, it explains about this very important fact about the force, the gravitational force, which is the reason why we are connected to the Earth, why we are able to walk on the Earth, why everything is attracted towards the Earth. So that binds us to Earth. Okay, and the most important, the last point about this wonderful effect. Okay, about this wonderful effect. Okay, the last point is about the tides. Okay, the last point is about the tides. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, I think you can hear me. So the last point is about the tides. Okay, so what is happening? So the tides are due to the gravitational pull of sun and the moon. Okay, so I will tell you about the tides. The tides due to moon and sun. Okay, so over here you should know the difference between tide and the wave. I'm going to tell you the difference between tide and the wave. All of us have seen waves in the sea or the ocean. So the waves are caused by the wind. Okay, so I will write here. So these are due to the wind blowing across. Okay, so it is due to the wind blowing across the ocean or the sea. So wind blowing over the ocean or the sea. That is your waves. You see big waves coming. Okay, so that is because of the wind blowing over the ocean. So then what about the tide? Okay, so tide is completely different. Okay, so the tide is nothing but a periodic rise and fall, a rhythmic, a systematic, okay, a regular rise and fall of the sea water or the ocean water. It is the periodic or regular rise and fall. Okay, so rise and fall of the ocean or the sea water or the sea water due to the gravitation pull. Okay, so due to the gravitation, due to the gravitational pull of moon and sun. Okay, so what happens is that, okay, so even the sun and the moon, so their gravitational force has an effect on the ocean or the sea present on the earth. Okay, so it will result in the periodic or the regular rise and fall of the oceans. Okay, so it happens usually during the full moon. Okay, so that in full moon you have maximum rise and fall of the tides. Okay, so I will show you this video, so which will explain about tide. Okay, so how tides are formed, how moon and sun are responsible for the tides. What is wave? Wave is because of the wind. Okay, very simple, easy to remember. You see W for wave, W for wind. That's all. Okay, wave is caused because of the wind blowing over the ocean. That's all. Okay, whereas tide is different. Tide is complicated. Tide is the rise and fall of the ocean water or the sea water because of the gravitation force, because of the gravitation pull of the sun and the moon. Okay, so over here, so I'll show you this small video about the tides. Okay, so yes, so anyways, I just want to go back to this part. Okay, so where they showed about how the tides, okay, are formed because of the gravitational pull of sun and the moon. Okay, so over here, so since these are fluids, okay, so these are liquids, okay, so they have little bit, okay, so little bit, so they just get attracted, okay, because of this gravitational pull. So hence, because of that, we have this formation of tides. Okay, the best thing, so we are able to capitalize on this, and we can generate electricity from the tides because it is a regular event. Okay, it is a periodic rise and fall. Okay, so we have certainty. Waves, they are unpredictable. Okay, sometimes waves will be more, waves will be short, but tides not like that. We are able to generate electricity. We call it as tidal energy. So tomorrow I'm going to show you about the tidal energy later. Okay, so today, so I just want you to understand that every day, okay, so you can see you can notice about the formation of the tides, the rise and fall of the ocean water, okay, so the sea water, because of the gravitation pull of the sun as well as the earth. Okay, so the important thing, as he mentioned, so it depends from places to places. Okay, so it depends from places to places. Okay, you cannot expect everywhere it is to be the same. Okay, so those places which are near the ocean, okay, so depends on that. Nowadays, because of global warming, there's a lot of melting of ice taking place. Okay, the water level, the ocean level is increasing. Then of course it is going to affect our tidal formation as well. Okay, so that's left for the nature, that's left for the environment. Okay, so over here, so we have written about the difference between the tide and the wave. And the tide is formed because of the gravitational pull of moon and the sun. Okay, so remember these 4 points. So they're going to ask in the exam, what is the importance of universal law of gravitation? Okay, so then you should write these following points. So let us see some few questions. Okay, so let us solve a few numericals. So just to help you understand the concept better. Okay, so let us see if you are able to solve the question. So on your screen, I'm going to share the textbook again. So I will be solving every question, okay, from the textbook, so that you know what all things you should remember from this chapter. So let's dive into our in-text questions. Okay, so over here, so you can see we have this in-text question. So the first question over here, you can see the first question, that is, state the universal law of gravitation. Okay, so state the universal law of gravitation. So at that time you should write our definition. What definition? So we have written here, every object in the universe attracts every other object. Okay, so that whole definition you are supposed to write. Okay, so that is your universal law of gravitation. Okay, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is directly proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. That entire statement you should write. Okay, so along with that, you should write the formula. Okay, in the second question, they're asking about the formula about this universal law of gravitation. Very nice. Siddharth has typed the formula and sent. Very good. I appreciate the effort. Even though it is difficult to type the formula, so I really have to appreciate Siddharth for spending some time to type the formula. Very good. Sneha has also typed the formula. So what is the formula? I'll write here the formula. F is equal to capital G m1 m2 divided by d square. Okay, so this is your formula. So Swayam has also typed. Very good. Okay, so Sri Krishna has typed, Sneha, Swayam, Sri Krishna, Siddharth. Okay, so all of them have typed the answer. So Siddharth, okay, Siddharth, now Sri Krishna, please understand, the unit is only Newton. Yesterday have told 1,000 times. Unit of force is Newton. Why are you writing Newton meter square kg minus 2? Okay, so please understand, the unit of force is Newton. The units that Sri Krishna you are writing, that is for G. Okay, so I am not asking G. I am asking force, gravitational force. Please understand. You have committed the same mistake yesterday many times. I have told you many times. Today, again, you are making the same mistake. I hope you understand your mistake and do not repeat it again. Okay, so Amol, Manya, Vinayak, Pranamya, very nice. So all of you have written the formula correctly. Okay, so F means the gravitational force here. In this chapter called gravitation, we are talking about gravitational force. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is our formula. Okay, and very nice. So many of you typed the formula and sent the answer. So simple, easy question. So after this, so let's move ahead, okay, to our exercise. So let us see what questions are being asked in the exercises. Okay, so exercises, I'm going to run towards the exercise. So today we did the topic of importance of gravitation. So I'm going to go for that. Yesterday we solved question number 16. So this is done. So I'll put a tick mark so that you know what all questions we have done. So now I'm going to show you the question number 7. Okay, you see question number 7. What is the importance of universal law of gravitation? The 4 points. The 4 points that we wrote now, you should write those 4 points. It explains about the motion of the planets around the sun. It explains about motion of moon around the earth. It explains about how human beings and the objects are binded to the earth, and last, formation of tides due to the gravitational pull of sun and the moon. Okay, so it provides a scientific explanation. It provides a scientific explanation. Okay, so in the solar system, the gravitational force of the sun is acting as the centripetal force, because of which the planets are revolving in the respective orbits around the sun. Okay, so the universal law of gravitation explains all the four things. What are those four things? These are the four things. Okay, so it is all related to the gravitational force. Okay, so all the four things are related to the gravitational force. So Amaya, I hope now you understood, okay, how gravitational force is connected to these four things, about the importance of gravitational force of gravitational force of sun. Okay, so you're asking how does it prove? It is not proving anything. Please understand, I did not use the word prove. I said it explains. It explains why planets are moving around the sun. It explains why moon is moving around the earth. Why is moon flying away? Why is not moon flying away? It explains about the revolution of planets around the sun. It explains why the moon is rotating, why the moon is revolving around the earth. Okay, so if you have doubt again, please you can ask later after the class. Okay, so it's not Amay, I'm telling you, it is explaining the theory, that's all. Okay, you are asking again the same thing. Okay, so if the sun is there in the center, okay, if sun is there in the center, you have all the planets moving around in the circular motion. Why? Because the sun is exerting the gravitational force. Okay, the sun is exerting the gravitational force. So because of that, the planets are able to move around the sun. Okay, so if you have further things, you can please ask later. Okay, now I want to run with the topic. Okay, so others do not have any issue with this, so hence I cannot spend time on this. Okay, you have something to ask after 6:45. I'll give you chance, you can ask. I will unmute you, you can definitely speak and get your doubts clarified. Okay, so now I want to go to this important, okay, so question. So this is very crucial for our understanding. That is question number 4. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this question. Question number 4. Okay, so read the question carefully. Very good question. Okay, so we can write one conclusion also after this question. Okay, the earth and the moon are attracted to each other by the gravitational force. So full stop. Does the earth attract the moon with a force that is greater or smaller or same as the force with which the moon attracts the earth? Why is the question. Okay, now, so what do you think is your, you can type and send me your answer. So let us see your opinion. So they're asking, is the gravitational force of earth on the moon greater or smaller or same as the force with which the moon attracts the earth? Okay, so let us look your answers. Okay, so Sneha says same force, Vinayak says moon attracts earth, okay, Akshay says greater, okay, so Manya says same, Samruddhi says same, Amol says earth exerts more, okay, so Tanisha says same. Okay, so interesting replies from all of you. Okay, I just want you to remember one thing, Newton's third law of motion. Okay, the Newton's third law of motion says for every reaction there is equal and opposite reaction. Okay, so I'm gonna focus on that point and tell the answer to this question. Okay, so I will write here our exercise. So question number 4. Okay, so what happens is that, okay, I'm going to write the answer. So Amaya, we will definitely come back to your doubt. You have having that specific doubt. 6:45. I'm giving you the time 6:45. Please. After 6:45, I will unmute you. You can openly ask your doubt. Okay. So now focus on the thing that I'm teaching. Let's not deviate from the stuff. Okay. So I'm talking about very important question. So focus on this. Your doubt 6:45 ke baad. Okay, I hope that is clear. Okay, so now focus on the question that they have asked. Okay, so the gravitational force of the earth on the moon is same as the gravitational force exerted by the moon on the earth. They have same force. I'll write here the gravitational force of earth on moon is same as the gravitational force of moon on earth. So their gravitational force is absolutely the same. They experience same amount of gravitational force. If you look at the question, okay, you will carefully understand. Okay, if I take the formula capital G, mass of the earth, mass of the moon, divided by the distance from the centers. If you calculate this, you will get only one answer. That is the same force applied by the earth on the moon, and that is the same force applied by the moon on the earth. Okay, because so we know that as per Newton's third law of motion, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. The force experienced, the force exerted by the earth on the moon is exactly equal to the force exerted by the moon on the earth, but on a different direction. So I will draw the diagram and show you. So if this is the earth and this is the moon, okay, the gravitation force between them, I'm going to show you. Earth exerts this gravitational force on the moon. Exactly in the same way, the moon also exerts the same gravitational force on the earth. Okay, so this is our question number 4. The question is not yet completed, so please carefully hold on. There is a twist. Okay, so there is a twist, there is a climax. Okay, so we have written the answer is same. Okay, the answer is same. So the gravitational force between the earth and the moon is same. Why? Newton's third law of motion. Every reaction has equal and opposite. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Okay. Now comes the question number 5. Actually, these two questions are connected to each other. If the moon attracts the earth, read this question carefully. If the moon attracts the earth, beautiful question. If the moon attracts the earth, why does the earth not move towards the moon? Fantastic question. So why does the earth not move towards the moon? So this is what I had explained way back in the beginning of the topic itself, that earth, big mass, dominant, superior. Earth is superior. Whoever is having more mass, they are powerful, they are superior. Moon, chota mass, compared to earth, the mass of the moon is small. Hence, moon will move around the earth. Earth will not come towards the moon because earth is powerful, more mass. Moon is less powerful. So hence, moon should only move around the earth. Okay, so the answer, I'm going to write it over here. Okay, the answer, I'm going to write it over here. Okay, so question number 5. So actually they both are connected. Okay, they both are connected. Okay, so over here, you need to understand very carefully. I'm going to give the explanation as well as the reason. Please open your eyes and notice carefully for the next 2 minutes. 2 minutes you observe, focus what I'm writing, you will get your answer. Okay, so the moon attracts earth, and the earth also attracts moon with same force. Okay, with same gravitational force. Okay, but then we see that moon is revolving around the earth. So why? I'm going to show you something which Newton had already explained in Newton's second law of motion. Okay, so when I write the formula F is equal to ma. Okay, when I write the formula F is equal to ma. Okay, so I can clearly see here, if I slightly rearrange the formula, so I will write the formula like this. So A is equal to F by M. So I can clearly see here that A is inversely proportional to M. Okay, A is inversely proportional to M. If mass is more, acceleration is less. Okay, that is what inversely proportionality mean. If mass is less, what do you think should happen to acceleration? You can type and send me your answer. If mass is less, so what about the acceleration? The acceleration is more. And there you go. That is your answer. Okay, that is your answer. The mass of moon is very less compared to Earth. Is very less compared to Earth. Hence, it gets pulled, okay, or it gets accelerated towards the Earth. Okay, hence it gets pulled or accelerated towards Earth, because the mass of the moon is small, the acceleration is more. Earth has a huge mass. Earth is dominant, powerful. Why will Earth move? Earth will not move. Okay, Earth will never move. Just a simple example. If Mukesh Ambani falls sick, hospital will only come to Mukesh Ambani's home. Mukesh Ambani need not go to hospital. They'll bloody shift the hospital only to Mukesh Ambani's home, because Mukesh Ambani, powerful, rich. Okay, if a common man, okay, if I only fall sick, I should only go to hospital. I should only go. Hospital will not come. Ambulance might come. That's all. Hospital will not come. Okay, hospital will not come to my home. I should only go. Okay, because Mukesh Ambani is powerful, rich. Okay, so here our Earth is only so powerful. Okay, so if you look at the diagram, this is Earth, this is Moon. Of course, Earth is dominant, Earth is superior. Okay, so I hope this is, I hope you understand. Okay, so how you can answer this question. Okay, simple, easy. Okay, if you understood this question, you can click on the yes icon. If you did not understand this question, okay, notice again carefully. It's simple, because Earth has more mass. Earth has more mass. Earth is powerful. Hence, Earth will not move. Moon has less mass. Moon is less powerful. Hence, Moon only will move around the Earth. Moon will only rotate around the Earth. Okay. So if you still did not understand, so no problem. So after the class, I said 6:45. Okay. So after 6:45, okay. So I'll give you chance. Okay. So you can definitely ask your question that time. Okay. So Sri Krishna says he hasn't understood. Okay. About the reason. So after 6:45, Sri Krishna, you can tell me why you did not understand this. Okay, simple, easy. While talking about the universal law of gravitation also, so I had clearly mentioned over here. Okay, so I think you can hear me. Okay, but you cannot see my video. Okay, but do not worry, the video will be back soon. Okay, so I'm just making some change. Okay, so over here, so as I was explaining, even in this universal law of gravitation, whoever is having more mass, that is superior. The less mass person will get attracted towards the more mass. Okay, you see my mass is very less. I only will get attracted towards the earth. Okay, the earth will not come towards me. Okay, so my mass is less. So I will get attracted towards the earth. Even though the gravitational force is same between both of us, but since my mass is less, so my attraction or my, my body will get pulled towards the earth. Okay, so I hope that is clear. If Sri Krishna or others still have doubt, as I mentioned, after 6:45, after the quiz, okay, so you can definitely, ask again. Okay, so now I'll be moving on to the next part. Okay, so I'm moving on to the next part of the question. Okay, so 1 second. So I will just slightly change. Okay, so I am making few changes. Okay, so now you can see both my video as well as audio. Okay, and I share my screen as well. Okay, so now continuing. Okay, so continuing. Okay, yes. So coming back to our question. Okay, so question number 5. So we have solved, we just solved one more last question and we'll go for the quiz. Okay, so what is that question? So let us look at the question. So from the exercises, so we have solved our question number 4 as well as question number 5. Okay, so very nice. So we will see first question. So let us see if you can answer this question correctly. So this is based on your universal law of gravitation. So please solve this question and type in the chat and send it to me. Okay, so let us see who will answer this question correctly. Okay, I want you to solve question number 1. Okay, first question. So very simple, easy question. So let us see who can get this question correct. I will also solve. Do not worry. If you need help, I will also solve. Okay, so Sneha has, by the way, sent the answer. So correct answer. Okay, so others, you can type and send me your answer in the chat. Or else I will only solve. So they're asking, how does the force between the two objects change when the distance between them is reduced to half? Okay, if you think the force will change, so they're asking how much. Okay, they're asking how much will the force change. Okay, so because in the question you have to tell how much the force is changing. Okay, so how much the force is changing, you need to answer that. Okay, you need to answer that. Of course, it is dependent on distance, everybody knows. Okay, but you should tell how much force increased or decreased. You have to give the value. You do not know, so then I will solve this question. I will solve this question on the screen. Okay, this is question number 1. So I will share the question also. Okay, I'll split the screen so that you can see the question. If you cannot see the question, then please open your textbook. Your parents have brought textbook for you. Okay, so open your textbook from the back, wherever it is. Okay, and look at the question number 1. Okay, so what I'll do now, so I will solve this question. Okay, so over here, I will select first the given data. Okay, so what have they given? So they have told that the distance is reduced. Okay, the distance is reduced. Okay, so distance reduced to half. So they're asking me to find the new force. Okay, they're asking me to find the new force. Okay, so this is the data which they have given. So let me start solving now. So I already know that F is equal to capital G m1 m2 by d square. Okay, so this is my first equation. This is my first. Please carefully see here. This is my first equation. Okay, so second, I'm going to write what is the new force? What is the new force? Capital G is going to be the same mass. Okay, same mass of the objects did not change, but over here I have the new distance. I have the new distance. What is new distance? New distance is half of the old distance. Okay, so new distance is half of the old distance, because that is what they've given. Distance is reduced to half. Okay, so now I will just substitute. Okay, I will just substitute the values. Okay, and I will solve. Okay, so now I will just substitute the values. I substitute the values and I will solve for this question. Okay, how will I solve? So I will show you the answer. Okay, so I will show you the answer. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. So I hope you can see the screen. Okay, so do not worry, my video will be back. Okay, so my video will be back. So if you can hear me, you can send me in the chat. Okay, if you can hear me, you can send me in the chat. Okay, so till my video gets connected. Okay, so you can listen to my audio part. Okay, if you can hear me, you can type and send me in the chat. Okay, very good. So I hope you can hear me now. You will see the screen also. You will see the screen also. Do not worry. Okay, you will see my face also in some time. Okay, I don't know today. The laptop is getting heated so much and getting restarted. Okay, so anyways, so over here I'm just substituting the values. Okay, I'll just quickly substitute the values. After this question, we'll go for the quiz. Do not worry. And after the quiz, both Amaya as well as Sri Krishna and others also, whoever have doubts, so they can get their doubts clarified. Okay, so I will just substitute my values. What is d new? So as you can see, d new is nothing but, okay, so d new is nothing but my half of d. Okay, so d new is nothing but half of d. Okay, so over here, so I'm just going to substitute the value. Substitute the value. Okay, so this I have to square, because we already know that it is square. Okay, so it is square. Okay, so once I do this square and once I solve, so what do I get? So I will write here. So m1 m2 by d square by 4. Okay, so d square by 4. So this much I will get. Okay, so this much I will get now. Okay, so next. Okay, so next what happens? You can see, I think you can see both my audio, video as well as the screen. So if I have like this, as per your mathematics, I can write this thing in this way. So 4 divided by d square. So how did I write this? So if you know your mathematics skills, so you definitely know a by b divided by c by d. If it is like this, I can definitely write this as a divided by b into d divided by c. Okay, so I just use the same thing. I just use the same thing. Okay, so now carefully see what is gonna happen in my next step. So F new is gonna be, so G m1 m2 divided by d square into 4. So but I know that this whole thing, okay, that whole thing is nothing but my original my original equation, that is equation number 1. Okay, my equation number 1 is G m1 m2 by d square, that is F into 4. Okay, so this tells me that the new force is 4 times the original force, is 4 times the original force. Okay, so I'll write the conclusion. So if the distance is reduced to half, if the distance is reduced to half, then the new force, then the new force is 4 times the original, 4 times the original force. What force? Gravitational force. Okay, so you just have to substitute the value. You just have to substitute the value. So I'll write here, substituting equation 1. Okay, so substituting equation 1. Okay, so I'll get F nu is equal to F into 4. So this is our answer. F nu is 4 times of F. Okay, so what did I do? Nothing. I just solved the question. Okay, so I wrote the equation. I substituted the equation. So I substituted the equation. I simplified. I solved. Only thing I wrote d nu as d by 2, half of d whole square. Okay, so half of d whole square. That's all. Okay, I rearrange the terms and now I got the answer. The new gravitational force is 4 times, the original gravitational force. Is 4 times the original gravitational force. So if you understood this question, you can click on the yes icon. Okay, so if you understood this question, you can click on the yes icon. So please practice this question also. Okay, so very simple, easy question. So in the exam, you can expect more such questions. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to solve some more questions and we will do the topic called free fall as well. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, if you understood till here about this question, you can click on the yes icon. Okay, if you did not understand, so then definitely after the quiz, okay, you can ask me the question again. Okay, so I will show you the game pin. Okay, I will show you the game pin. So till I load the quiz, okay, you can definitely watch this video about International Space Station. Okay, and then I'll tell you why I showed you this video. Okay, don't worry, the video will be back. Okay, so till then, I'll just quickly show you the game pin. Okay, so once it gets connected, I'll show you the game pin. Okay, once the game pin gets launched, once the quiz gets launched, I'll show you the quiz. Okay, so I don't know, the video is not running. Okay, so we can just go for the quiz as of now. Okay, so last 10 seconds. So those who did not join the quiz, you can just quickly join the quiz. Okay, so very nice. All of you got it correct. Most of you got it correct. And Swayam was quickest. So remember, yesterday we wrote conclusion after solving the numericals. Okay, so last question. Okay, if you remember, just now we solved this question. Okay, I clearly told the new force is four times the original force. Okay, the new force is four times the original force. Okay, so you can remember the things, do not get confused. I did not say that it reduces. Okay, I said it becomes four times the original force. If original force was 10 Newton, what is 4 times 10 Newton? 4 times 10 Newton is 40 Newton. Okay, so please understand the meaning of the words. Do not get confused. So most of you got it wrong. Okay, so the last question was a simple question. Okay, so third position, so we have Kunal. So second position, so we have Vishwas. And the winner of today's quiz, is none other than Yash. Okay, so congratulations. So fourth position, Diya. Fifth position, Pranamya. Okay, so very good. So congratulations to all the winners. And for others also who got all three questions correct, so congratulations to you as well. Okay, so now